The Pistol Spread Option Offense, home of playbooks, user community highlights, coaching insights, and much, much more. Be a better coach at pistolspreadoption.com. Come back to another version of the Pistol Spread Option Offense Reloaded Playbook video series. Today we're going to be talking about the zone running game. In particular, we're going to be talking about the zone read play today. If you have not yet, check out the other videos in the series. We've talked a little bit about the modified zone blocking scheme, which you're going to need to know a little bit of the background on that before you get into today's lesson. You can probably pick up on our blocking scheme through the zone read as I go through the play, but it would be good for you to go back and review the zone read scheme. The other thing that we do is we talk about our read system. We did a separate video on the read system on who we read and how we read it. Both of those videos would be a great background for you to go back, look at those two first, and then come back here and look at the zone read. If you don't, that's okay. I think you'll still be able to pick up on what we're doing with the zone read. So our bread and butter, we call it our first day play. That is the first thing that we install is our zone read. If you have not heard our blocking scheme, I do want to go back really quickly and talk about how we do things in the pistol spread option offense. We have two types of running game. We have a zone running game and a power running game. What we call for our offensive line is they're going to run the scheme that they hear first. So when we call our play, if we call zone, that means they're going to run their zone scheme. If we call power, they'll run their power scheme. So the offensive linemen are looking for the key words in our play calling, and that is the first word that they're going to hear, zone or power. So for us today, we're going to focus in on zone. So that tells our offensive line they're going to be running their zone blocking scheme. And we're going to talk about the zone read. So in our play calling series, we put the word zone in front of everything or the word power in front of everything for our run game. Again, that's telling our offensive linemen who to block, what they're doing, what their scheme is. We then put the second word as the play that we're running. So zone read for us, zone tells the offensive line to block zone. Read tells them it's a read play. Zone punisher means we're going to block zone. We're going to run the punisher series. Zone veer means we're going to run a veer. Zone toss is the toss, and then zone jet is jet, obviously. So the zone word just tells us the blocking scheme that we're using. So today we're going to start off by the zone read. This first video, we're going to split this into two videos for this series. Video number one is going to talk about the zone read in the 2x2 offense and a 3x1 formation in the offense. The second video is going to talk to your two backs, your silencer, your three backs, and how you would run the zone read out of those. So really a two video series, a small version of the series inside of the series, if you will. So today we're going to talk the 2x2 and the 3x1. This is exactly how we teach it. This is exactly how we implement it. This is exactly how we put it in. Doesn't matter if I'm at the youth level, at the high school level, the college level, I put it in the exact same way. We're going to install the 2x2 first. The first play we put in is the zone read. So let's jump into it. Let's go to the 2x2 zone read. You're going to see that when you look at everything against the front that we're running, it doesn't really matter to our kids. They're going to have those same simple rules that they'll use no matter what. But in this particular case, we did break it up into a zone odd and even front. Just for simplicity, so that when we explain this to people, when I go out and teach, I can then use both examples. Because a lot of the questions you get, well, what if you're playing a zone, you're running a zone and you're playing against an odd front team? What does that look like? Or what if there's an even front team? Doesn't matter to us. Our system, our rules are the same. But I did draw them up both ways just for us to introduce. So what we're going to talk about today is our zone read backside Charlie. And we're going to look at that against an odd front in a 2x2 set. So there's a lot to unpack here. The first word is zone. Again, we talked about that as the offensive line blocking the zone scheme. The second word is read, meaning we're going to be reading someone. And then backside Charlie means we're going to be reading the backside C-gap defender. Again, if you haven't reviewed the videos on the zone blocking scheme and you haven't reviewed the videos on our read system, now would be a great time to do that. But if you are ready to go and you want to just learn what we're doing, this is how we do it. So the zone read backside Charlie. Now, we call in the huddle zone read backside Charlie, or whether we're going to do no huddle, we have a signal for that too. We rarely call a direction. We let our quarterback make that determination, usually based on field position, usually based on the alignment of the defense. There's a lot of coaches out there that do a count system. We're not that complicated. We're just looking for an advantage. So in this particular case, we're going to run zone left, read the backside Charlie. All right, I'm going to teach this against an odd front. It's a little harder. The even front is a little easier. So we're going to talk about the odd front first. So against an odd front, we are going to be reading the backside Charlie. Remember, we're running left. So the backside Charlie in this case is this backside C-gap defender. And I know you're already thinking, Coach, but that guy is head up. He's not really a C-gap defender. I agree. But what we're saying is he could be our C-gap defender. He's the closest thing we have to a C-gap defender. So our offensive tackle is going to make a tango call. And what that means is we're going to be reading the guy head up on the tackle. Therefore, tango starts with a T, tango, tango, tango. The offensive lineman to the right is saying, hey, we're going to be reading this tango defender, the guy that's directly over me. We really don't have a true C-gap defender, so we're going to read him. So let's walk through this progression and how it works with our play system. If you haven't read through the other video on how we do our blocking scheme, it's not a big deal. What we do is everything has the same rules. The outside man will always do a push crack. So in this case, our F is going to push hard up the field, and then he's going to crack the alley runner. Our X is the inside offensive player. He's going to be doing what we call setting the edge. So he'll be blocking down onto that edge defender. For our offensive line, they're going to follow their zone blocking scheme. If you're covered, you're going to block the play side number. So our left tackle will block the play side number. Because he is covered, he can reach out and touch. Our guard is uncovered, so he's going to block the play side gap. First down lineman, and then he's going to look to the second level. So we're going to get that double team there at the point of attack. Our center is covered. He's going to block the play side number. Our guard is uncovered. He's going to block that play side gap, first down lineman, and work his way to the second level. And now we get to the read. This is where things get difficult. The tackle is going to say, hey, I'm covered, coach, but you are not covered because that read man is untouchable. I do not want you to touch him. So therefore, you are telling yourself by using the word tango, since we're reading the guy over you, you're not going to touch him. And no matter which way he goes, he can't be right. So what we want to do is we want to try to beat him to the inside because we're running zone left. So our first step is going to be play side gap. We're going to look for the first down lineman if there is one. If not, we'll work our way up to the second level. Now, if this defender beats us to the gap, in other words, he's slanting hard and he beats me inside, that is okay. We are going to do a swim move or a redirect move, and we're going to go to the outside. Now, a lot of you are going, well, wait a minute, coach. Why would you let someone cross your face? We've been taught in the Veer scheme and all these other schemes never let someone cross your face. It's okay in our scheme. We want that to happen because we're reading that man. It just makes the read even easier for our quarterback. So in this case, the tango call means this guy we now know is a B-gap player because he's screaming hard into that B-gap, but he's still our read man. So we're going to go out and we're going to block the guy that we know is coming in the C-gap. Now, for high school, it's probably pretty simple. For youth, it's very simple. If this guy, the defensive end, is going to be going into the B-gap, there's a pretty darn good chance that this linebacker is going to be playing the C-gap over top. Not always, especially when you get into the high school schemes, the college schemes, and into the pro schemes. It may be this safety coming down to take that C-gap. It could be this outside backer coming down to play the C-gap. You never know in different schemes that show up. So we don't ever tell him to block a man. We're blocking an area. So he's going to release outside. He's going to look for some work, look for someone to block. It's probably going to be that linebacker, but it could be the safety, could be the outside backer. So that is how we run our zone read. Now, again, our same rules apply to the right. Because you're the inside player, you're going to block the edge. And because our Z is the outside player, he's going to do a push crack. So pushing hard up the field, and he's cracking that alley runner. Now, the last part of our zone read is reading the read man. We have a very simple scheme that we use, and I'll kind of walk you through it as we go. So you'll see our H footwork, really, really important. We are going to step opposite of the play call. So he's going to make a 45-degree step to his right, and he's going to cut back across this quarterback. He's looking to bang it into this A-gap. If he can't, he can always bend it outside. So we call it bang it or bend it. If you can bang it in this hole, take it. If not, bend it outside. Our quarterback is going to open up opposite the play call. So because we called zone left, he's going to open up to his right. He's going to immediately find that defender. If this guy can tackle our back over here, then you're going to keep the ball and run. In every other circumstance, you're going to give the ball. So the only rule he really has to follow is if you think that dude is going to tackle your H, that means he's got to come screaming across this line of scrimmage, then you keep the ball. In all other scenarios, give to live, we call it. We don't want you to get hit. You're the quarterback. You're fancy. We can't afford to lose you. We're going to let our H get hit. So we want to make sure that you are going to give to live. The only time you're going to keep the ball is if this dude is screaming down and he's going to tackle your H. In all other circumstances, you're going to give the ball to the H. So this is our zone left, read backside Charlie. Now, I can go to the same play, but we're going to run it to the right this time. So the same rules apply. Everything else is exactly the same. My outside receiver is going to do a push crack. In this case, it's the F. Our X is going to set the edge. He's got the edge defender. Now my left tackle is making the tango call because we're running to the right. So the tango call is now the read man over him. Again, he's going to go inside gap, first fat man, second level. If he has to redirect, he can redirect to the outside to the C gap defender. Our guard is uncovered. He's got play side gap, first down lineman, second level. Center is covered. He's got his play side number. Again, they're going to work up to that second level. My guard is uncovered. He's going to go play side gap, first down lineman, second level. And our tackle is covered. He's got play side number. They'll work their way up to the second level. Again, my Y is my inside receiver. He is going to set the edge. My Z will push crack. And then we've got the same footwork for our H and our quarterback. This time they're opening up opposite. My H will step left first and then come back to the right. My quarterback will open up to his left, looking at the read man the entire time. Again, the rule is give to live. The only time you will keep the ball is if this man is coming screaming down the line of scrimmage and he's going to tackle your H back in the A gap. In all other circumstances, you give the ball to the H. So this is our simple, basic zone read scheme. We use these same rules, the same terminology. It all applies, and we can change that by building a secondary read in, by running a triple option, or by changing our primary read. So let's go back, look at it against an even front now, and see what changes. So we're going to read zone read backside Charlie against an even front this time. Now, we're going to have the same rules. Outside man push cracks. Inside man will set the edge. Our tackle, because we're running zone left, is covered. He is going to block the play side number. Our guard is covered by that one technique, so he's going to block the play side number. Our center is covered by the one technique. He'll block the play side number, and the two of them will work their way up to the second level. Our guard is covered. He's going to block the play side number. And our tackle in this case has looked at the C-gap defender. Now I have a true C-gap defender, so I am going to go back and release inside. I'm going to block the play side number of the first down lineman I see and work my way up to the second level. So the same rules apply. Nothing's really changed. I just made it easier. I don't have to make a tango call anymore because I don't have a stack. What I now have is a true C-gap defender, so I can just point to him, say, there's my Charlie, and I can do my normal rules as apply as if I'm uncovered. Play side gap. If I'm uncovered, to the first down lineman to the second level. Again, my outside guy will set the edge. My inside guy sets the edge. My outside guy will push crack, and we will run the same footwork with our quarterback and H as we did in the even or the odd scheme. So everything is the same against an even front. Now we're going to run the same play to the right. Okay, the same play to the right. I got a little fast on the trigger there. All right. So what we're going to have is my outside man is going to push crack. Inside man sets the edge. Tackle is uncovered. He's got the Charlie there in front of him. So he's going to go play side gap, first down lineman, second level. Guard is covered. He's got play side number. Center is covered, play side number. They're going to work their way up to the second level. My guard is covered. He's got the play side number. My tackle is covered. He's got the play side number. So the rules all apply. Everybody knows their job. Inside man is going to set the edge. Outside man will push crack. And we run the same footwork. This time we're opening up to our left. And we're reading that man. Again, if that man is going to come screaming down and tackle your H in the A gap, then you keep it. In all other scenarios, you give to live. So that is our 2x2 zone read backside Charlie. All right, we're going to take that same play, and now I'm going to run it against a 3x1 and see what changes. Really, the same rules apply. Everything is the same, but one small change. That small change is now I've got 3 receivers to one side and only 1 to the backside. So if I want to run zone left this time, what's going to change? So my outside man is still going to push crack. Nothing changes there. I'm still covered, so I've got a play side number call. My guard is still uncovered. He's going to go play side number, first down lineman, work his way to the second level. Center is still covered. He's got play side number. Guard is uncovered, play side gap, first down lineman, second level. And our tackle makes the same tango call. I've got a stack on me. I've got a tango call. Here's my read. He's right here. He's not a true C-gap defender. I'm going to take that inside release if I can. If I can't, I will redirect to the outside. So everything's the same for my offensive line. Now what's changed with my receivers is I have a third man now. I have an outside player, I have an inside player, now I've got a third player. My third player automatically becomes a bubble screen. No matter what, you're going to run a bubble screen if you're the number 3. So number 1 still does his job, number 2 still does his job, number 3 now becomes a bubble screen on a triple option. So let's see what that looks like. We still have the outside man doing a push crack. We still have the inside man doing the edge, but now our number 3 becomes our bubble screen, and we now have a triple option ability to the outside. So my F is automatically out there. He becomes my third player. He becomes my bubble screen. So if the quarterback pulls the ball because this man came screaming down, he can then pull the ball, and he's got the option to run it or to pass it out to the bubble screen to the F. So that becomes a true triple option. That's the zone left version. If I want to run zone right, I can do the same thing. Now I've got my 3x1 to the left. I'm going to run zone right. Number 3 becomes the pitch man, so there's your push crack. Set the edge. Number 3 becomes your bubble screen or your pitch man. We still got that same tango call going there with my tackles. Guard is uncovered. He's got play side gap, first fat man, second level. Center is covered. He's got the play side number. Guard is going to be uncovered. He's going to block play side gap, first down lineman, second level. And then we've got a covered play side number. So we'll work our way up to the second level there. Outside man again is going to do a push crack. Same footwork for our quarterback in H. This time our Z becomes my pitch man because he's number 3. So he's really not a pitch man. He's technically more of a bubble screen, but it works either way. So that is our 3x1 call out of the zone read. So it works exactly the same way as the 2x2. The only thing that's changed is now my number 3 becomes my automatic pitch man or my automatic bubble screen. So very simple with the 2x2, 3x1, it's all the same. Now I want to go back and I want to change who we read. So instead of reading our backside Charlie, this time we're going to read our backside Bravo. So let's start it out with an even front. I'm going to run zone left, so everybody's going to the left. I've still got my push crack. I've still got my edge. Nothing's changed there. I'm still got a covered, uncovered rule, so I'm running to the left. I'm covered. I block that play side number if I'm the tackle. My guard is covered. He's got the play side number. My center is covered. He's got the play side number. Again, they're going to work their way up to the second level. Now what's changed is my guard is covered by the B defender. Because I called read backside Bravo, we can't touch him. He becomes the untouchable. So the guard is now covered by the untouchable. He's going to release play side gap, first fat man, second level. My tackle is now covered, so he is going to block play side number just like he would normally. So he's going to block that inside shoulder. And what I've done now is I've created a natural seam. Again, we still have our inside player running the edge, our outside player doing a push crack. And now what I've created is a natural seam for my quarterback to go into. So the same rules apply. This is more of a traditional midline out of the old flex bone kind of an offense. This is more of a midline type of a feel. I'm reading that 3 technique. If that 3 technique is going to crash down and take away my H, the quarterback will pull it and he'll insert into that B gap. So that's how we call read backside Bravo. The same way we read backside Charlie, it works exactly the same. I've just changed my read. And my quarterback now knows to replace that read. If the read leaves and goes to tackle the H, the quarterback will replace and go up in that hole. Would it work the exact same way in a 3x1? The answer is yes. It will work the exact same way in a 3x1. So let's use the same scenario here. Okay? In this particular case, I got something interesting going on here. I've got a stack backer and a 3 technique in a 3x1 scenario. So what do? I'm going to call an up call, which means, you know what? Let's read the up defender, the one that's standing up. I could make a down call and read this 3 technique. But in this particular case, we made an up call. We're going to be reading that B gap defender. So outside man still has the same job. He's going to push crack. Tackle's got play side number. Guard is covered, play side number. Center is covered, play side number. First fat man, second level. My guard is covered. He's going to block the play side number. My tackle is covered. He's going to block the play side number. And now what we're doing is we're really reading that B gap defender who is stacked on that guard. So we're making that up call. If I made a down call, I would trade it and I would read this B gap defender and let that stand up stay alone. But everything else works exactly the same way. I've got a push crack. I'm setting the edge. my F becomes my bubble screen, and my B will replace into that B gap, replace the read. So it works exactly the same way. All right, one more because we got it drawn up. We'll go to the zone right, read backside Bravo. So now my backside Bravo is this backside linebacker. Again, I've got an outside man as push crack, inside man sets the edge. We're going to have a covered call by my tackle. He's got play side number. Uncovered by the guard. He's got play side gap. First pat man, second level. Center is covered. He's got play side number. And they're going to work their way up to that linebacker. Our guard is covered. He's got play side number. Our tackle is covered. He's got play side number. Our outside man will push crack. Same footwork for my quarterback and my H. My Z becomes my third option. And what I'm doing is I'm reading this B gap linebacker. If he's going to cross over the center to tackle the H, then the quarterback will keep it and insert into that gap. In all other scenarios, give the ball to the H. So I hope you've learned a little bit about how we can change our read to a Bravo. Let's go to the last one, which is our zone read backside alpha. So we're going to read the backside A gap player this time. There's your up call. We've already talked about it. In this case, he's truly an A gap. He's no longer stacked. So this is truly the stand-up guy we're reading. He is the A gap defender. Everything else works exactly the same way. I'm not going to bore you to death by saying the same thing over and over and over again. But you see the same diagrams, the same rules apply. In this case, we're reading that A gap linebacker. If the linebacker crosses face, quarterback keeps it and goes up the seam. If the linebacker sits still or does anything else, you give the ball to the H. So very simple rules, very simple pattern. Everything is the same. Now this one's a little bit different because I'm going to read the one technique here. So zone right, read backside alpha. Now I have a one technique. I'm going to still push crack. I'm still going to set the edge. My tackle is still covered. He's got the play side number. I'm running to the right. My guard can't block that down lineman because he is the read, so he's going straight to the linebacker. Straight release. My center is covered, but he's covered by the read man, so he's making a me call, the guy over me, and I'm going to let him go. I'm going play side gap, first fat man, second level. My guard is covered, play side number. My tackle is covered, play side number. Everything else works the same footwork. Everything applies. Now I'm reading this one technique. If the one technique crosses my face to go get that H, the quarterback keeps it and goes up into the A gap. So all we're doing is replacing the read in the gap that he came from. We can change our read to pretty much read anybody on the down line. You can read a defensive end if you're making a Charlie call. You can read 3 techniques. You can read 1 techniques. You can read 2s, 4s. It doesn't matter. So just by changing the backside call, are we going to read backside Charlie, which is the C gap, backside Bravo, which is the B gap, or backside Alpha, which is the A gap? We can run it against anything, anywhere, anytime, including a stack. So zone read Alpha, I've got a stack. That center has a head up. He's the me call. If I'm running to the left, everybody blocks to the left, just like they normally would. This time the center is going to release directly to the linebacker. He doesn't want to have that touchable. He's untouchable. Guard will release. He's got play side gap, first fat man, second level, but he can't touch the untouchable, so he goes straight to the backer. Our tackle is covered. He blocks the play side number. Again, we're going to make it look exactly the same. My H is going to cross the face and try to draw that 0 technique with him. If he goes to tackle the H, then the quarterback keeps it and goes in the A gap. So that is our zone read scheme from a 2x2, from a 3x1. We've taught you the basics. The zone read from a 2x2, a 3x1, and we've changed our read to Charlie, to Bravo, to Alpha. I hope you've learned a little bit in this video, but this is why this is our number 1 play. This is why this is our first day play. It's super flexible. We haven't talked about yet the triple option tags that we can put on this, which gives you unlimited more options. But if I were told I can only go into a game with 1 run play, this is my 1 run play. I can change it so many times. I can change my read. I can change the gap. I can change my triple option tags. I can run it out of 2x2s. I can run it out of 3x1. In the next video, you're going to see how we do that in a 2-back or a 3-back scenario. Thanks for joining. I hope you had a great time. Again, like and share. Share this with your coaching friends. I really want to get the word out and teach a new generation of coaches how to run the pistol spread option. Thanks for joining.